What up, y'all? This is Icon signing back into Perceptions of the Dead. Now we are ourselves in the second part of the story of this game, so they're nice and kind of short, which is okay. But we are ourselves a form of ghost or kid finder, ghost, like a natural phenomenon detector or something like that. I don't know. The first night had been uneventful. I had turned over the results of the police investigation and found myself wanting.
Wanting what? Oh. Anything resembling a lead. Did these people get paid to do this shit? I certainly didn't buy the superstitious who were already spreading stories about the ghostly ice cream truck. If a ghost were going to come back, it's very unlikely they would be scooting around in an ice cream truck. Talking to children had been painfully hard. My one fortune was that my attire left me more reminiscent of a slender man than a child molester. So the times I was chased away from children I tried to interview were not mistaken for solicitation. I shuddered violently at the thought.
Ugh.
The children provided my first real clue. They described a tune, one that sounded like the type and consistency that an ice cream truck might have. Not that ice cream trucks were common these days. I was a little surprised these kids even knew what one was.
That's quite true, actually. You don't see very many.
Hum and whistle the tune for me. I wasn't entirely sure how to run with this info. The relevance of a single song really didn't occur to me. A small piece of the rest of the day was spent feeding myself and taking a nap as inconspicuously as possible. I had no intention of allowing anyone to see me be anything other than the creepy supernatural paranormal investigator. That's how I've always done things. You'll be surprised how quickly you can build a rep with the right look and behavior. After the nap, it was back to beating the streets. And like
Oh, that's quite true. You can actually give yourself a really good rep with how you look.
Friggin' cold. In the near distance, I watched a quartet of kids, roughly 14 or so, playing a ragged game of football.
In the cold?
They seemed to be having a great time, but even as far away as I am, their cheers and jeers rattle my nerves. For a moment, I wish they would be quiet. As though hearing my thoughts mid-run, they stop, on cue. They stand up straight and begin to draw heavy, ragged breaths.
Oh. Okay, that's not creepy at all.
A girl hugs the football to her chest as her eyes grow ever wider. I test reality for a moment. I wish I had a few thousand bitcoins.
Yeah.
It occurs to me that I should have asked for something more easily checked. At the same time, it occurs to me that I didn't silence those kids. I bite my tongue, close my eyes, and bury the nail of my thumb into the palm of my hand. I dig in as hard as I can, drawing blood as my vision blares with the colors behind my eyelids. And then, I hear it. The song playing on a pair of shitty speakers. The kind you'd hear on top of an old-timey ice cream truck. My eyes flick open as I scan the horizon. The truck passes me, inches from clipping my shoulder, and heading straight towards the kids. No, you fucking don't! I break into a run, and despite the trivial speed of the truck, barely manage to keep up. As the truck closes on the kids, it slows to a stop, and I finally begin to close the gap.
Oh boy.
On home, you kids. It's getting dark. This town isn't safe after dark.
Getting dark? What is he talking about? The sun set hours ago. No sooner had the words crossed my mind when it all went black. For a few moments, I thought I had been knocked unconscious.
Oh dear, that ain't
Then
good.
my eyes began to adjust. I make out the faintest impression of light.
Oh no. This isn't good. You kids better get in. I'll get you home safe.
Oh dear, no.
I watch helplessly moving through the dark like it was molasses. Shadows pass before the light as he ushers them into the truck.
That's not good.
The truck lights blare into brilliance, and I hear the motor roar as the car begins to move forward at a pace more in keeping with a motor vehicle. I would lose it even if I were still able to move. No! No!
Oh dear, that ain't quite good. Well, you just witnessed a bunch of kids
I
get...
let out a choked cry after them. Stop! Stop! Then I stop. The second cry had no depth to its volume. While the no had echoed normally down the empty street, the scream of stop had sounded like I screamed into the middle of a very crowded room. Slowly I reach behind me, laying hands on one of my pieces of emergency equipment. The kind of stuff you don't use when you want people to think you're some manner of elder horror. I slowly bring it around, just as I feel the breath on my neck.
Oh, dear. Whoa, what the?
Seeing it burn red hot in my clenched eyes, and I hear the cacophony of screams, I open them. Thousands of twisted, naked heaps of malformed, demi-human flesh writhe in the agony of the light. And as I raise it above my head, the flare burns brighter. The darkness washes away. I wheel around in place, but find myself alone back in the street.
Oh, Jesus.
In the middle of the day. I drop the flare and try futilely to snuff it out with my boot.
Oh, boy.
My little display has drawn an audience, and not so far down the street, I see my clients. Oh, fuck.
That ain't quite good.
So it's ghosts.
I merely nod slowly.
But you can still get him back?
I nod again.
But it's been over a week since you started searching. He hasn't eaten anything.
I still couldn't wrap my mind around how much time had passed in the darkness. He will be fine. Time does not pass normally where he is.
You know where he is?
I suppose.
I nod. I'm going there tonight to get him back. They start crying. I'm not really sure what to do at this point, so I stand there, awkwardly, hoping that my layers give me more of the appearance of stoicism than an awkward penguin.
We're going there tonight? Boy, you creepy.
Apparently it works.
You crazy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I leave the building as they both chant thank you, like it was some kind of prayer. It's not the first time I'd heard that prayer. It's not the first time I had done this.
This is getting quite interesting, actually. But how
Already
you
this time as night falls, I withdraw a small shot and without hesitation jam it into my arm. Viper venom. I had a friend back home who kept one as a pet. Weird kid. Milks the things. Sells the venom, mostly to medical facilities. Occasionally he sells it to me. My knees nearly buckle as the burning begins to creep through my arm.
Oh, wait. Viper venom, isn't that... That's poison. What the heck is wrong with you?
A stifless scream. Then I hear it, and everything clicks. I let out a long sigh and stand up, adjusting my layers.
Okay, well, hey, there's
I
the...
turn my eyes to fall upon the approaching truck. My hand goes behind my back and my fingers close. I train the gun on the truck and unload a triad of shots into the ghost truck's engine. The engine sputters, the grating burns, melting away, and the music screams in protest.
What do you think you're doing?
An escapee from an Andy Warhol painting stutters, stepping awkwardly from the vehicle.
It's getting dark. I have to protect the children.
Only one thing may not exist. You and that which you fear must cease to be.
But the children...
The darkness falls upon me. With such force, I stagger. I lose my grip and the gun disappears, searing into the shifting mass of flesh. My hand goes behind my back, and my grip closes around a rough-hewn blade, forged of obsidian and steel. And as I carve outwards, I hear the screams of all the lost children, unwilling to accept their fate, and swallowed by the darkness. Flesh tatters as I carve, burning away like paper, until finally, I lay into the man.
No, you don't understand. I was just trying to help.
I bury the blade into his throat. The cacophony resounds as the children who lost themselves in the darkness writhe, and I go about my work of freeing them all, just as I had freed this man.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
My baby. Oh, my baby. It's okay. Everyone's okay.
Okay, that was actually kind of creepy.
No, not everyone. They're all dead. Everyone died.
You say that so non-scholastically.
7 kids lost here. And I got back all of them. I wonder how many I actually freed. How many had he trapped in his nightmare? And what the hell was he so afraid of in that darkness? And most importantly, why did he ultimately abandon them to it?
I don't know how to thank you. After a week of not hearing from you, I'd feared for the worst. A month after that, and I'd come to accept that it was over. I was ready to move on.
Well, always keep the faith, man. Always keep the faith. Always keep hope. Always keep that hope. Especially the hope.
His eyes fall to his wife.
Not sure
still
about the
babying
faith, but the
boy
hope
who
definitely.
won't stop staring off into the distance.
She had faith, though. She said that you were an angel, or maybe a demon. She didn't care. She believed in you. Some nights after she had said her Hail Marys, I would see her put her hands together, and I would hear her.
I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or not.
She prayed to you.
Well, thank you.
I was almost flattered. But to tell the truth, the idea of someone believing so much in me, and praying to me, it was terrifying.
That does sound terrifying.
I want you to know, I'm willing to pay more than whatever your normal fee is. We've been living with a tight belt since I called you, and I won't lie and say I don't do well for myself. I have more than enough saved up to pay you anything we could ask. Or, if there's something else you want, there's nothing I can offer you that means more to me than my son.
I let out a long sigh. I reach up to my hood and pull it back. Both of them gasp, stepping back and then cocking eyebrows in unison, having perhaps expected something more. After having been gone for 2 months, I could really use a job.
Oh, that's hilarious. The Phantom Ice Cream Truck. That's that story. Alright, so that's all that story, guys. So that one actually was interesting. A little bit more interesting than the first one. Though the first one was had its own interesting take on it. We got one more story to do, guys, and I'll do that, and I'll start it off in the next episode. So thank you for watching, guys. And if you like this video, press that like button, like you mean, as always, stay active and stay connected, guys. I'll see you on the next one. This is Zircon signing out. Bye, y'all!